Hi guys. Well, get some more work done. Been working on these shelves. I don't know if you call it a shelf or a cupboard, or I guess you'd call it a cupboard. Um, this is taking a long time to measure everything and get it all right. It's actually not that deep. It's only about it's all uneven and everything, so it's all crazy. This is 18 centimeters that way, and this side is 16. I don't know what that is in metric or in imperial, the American system. So yeah, it's all crooked, but it is what it is. I needed to make sure I have enough room so I can access the sink below it and the stove, which will be over there. So I think I'll have plenty of room to get my head in there. I'm trying to decide how I want to put the doors on. Do I want it to swing down, swing out? I'm thinking of having them actually swing up like this and go straight up and get out of my way. So I'm not sure. If you have any ideas about that, the only thing I'm thinking of is if I want to have them this area open as much as possible. So if I swing it out, the door is could be in my way. So if I swing it up and use some Velcro or I don't know, some kind of fastener on the ceiling to hold the door, it'll be out of my way. I'm thinking I might go that way. And I've been working on this piece right now. It's all messed up. I screwed it up. A good thing I put top and bottom on there, because otherwise it would have definitely been wrong. So before I cut the doors out, it would look like this. But it's not going to look like that because all the middle part of the door will be cut out. So if you can see where these lines are, that's going to be covering that spot right here. So all along, this door is going to look okay. But this one I'm not sure about, because it's what happened was I cut the piece too short and it's all messed up, so I have to glue a piece in here on the side. And because of that, the way I'm making the door, I don't know, it's tricky because if I cut it wrong, it's going to be messed up. But at the same time, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the whole piece on, and I'm going to glue this piece in over there. And then once it's glued in, I'll make sure I can still take this other part off. I'm just going to put it into screws and then undo it, and then cut the doors for the cupboard that way, because otherwise it could be a mess. This I know from experience, because this piece right here, I cut about 3 pieces of wood before I finally got it right. This is all odd shaped. If you can see, this top piece over here is slightly higher than this one, and this bottom part is wider. This is like 27 centimeters, and this one's like, I don't know, 22 or something. So it's all skewed, which made it really difficult to cut a piece out. And eventually what I did is I just pieced together all my mistakes until I made a template. And then using the template, I drew it onto the Luan, not the Luan. What kind of wood is this again? I think it's Baltic birch paneling. And yeah, so I took the template, and then that's how I made it proper eventually. Through a lot of fiddling and fixing. So I think it's coming along pretty well. I still haven't done this part yet. slow going. But as soon as I get this part done, my next thing I'm going to do is build the bed. Because I've got about 2 weeks, and the bed's going to be in my way if it's built. But what I can do is I can build most of it and just keep it in a storage area in my condo. I think might not fit. Or I'll build it in a way where I can take it apart easily so I can work in here. And then when I actually move in, I can just screw the legs back on or whatever. And that way, you know, to me it's really important to have a bed ready to go. I can deal with everything else. I can clean this floor, which is a complete mess. And I can finish all this later, but the bed is absolutely essential. So those are the two things I've been working on last few days. And the other day, I went and bought my Sterilite drawer unit, which fits perfectly for me. Let's see if I can move this over. Basically, what's going to happen is this is going to be tucked. I can do this with one hand. Anyway, pretend this is all the way over. There's going to be a gap here. I already know that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build using 1/4-inch plywood or something. I don't know, maybe 3/8. I'm going to build, I don't know what you would call it, like almost like a bookcase, like a case. I'm going to put it along the sides, and it's going to go up about 9 inches, maybe 10. This is 31 inches tall. And then I'm going to have one more space in there for a shelf or cupboard. And then above it, I'm going to have about 9 to 10 inches of space where I'm going to put my bass guitar. I need lots of space to fit it up there. I think that's going to be the perfect place for it. Out of the way and secure. So I purposely bought this small enough that I can work it, because I couldn't find the exact Sterilite containers that I wanted. The most important thing to me was that they weren't too wide. This is almost 22 inches, which gives me about 1.5 to 2 inches of wiggle room to fit my base cabinets on the end there, which are going to be 16 inches wide, which are 16 inches wide. So that'll fit well. And then I got some of them here already. Oh, an apple. And the other thing, my idea is here is I'm going to put some dividers in. I looked at lots of different drawers and ideas, and I thought about building one. And I think the best thing to do to maximize space, since space is so important. The one idea I had was I was going to buy these modular drawers that are kind of narrow. But what happens is, between each one, there's like 1 inch of the material itself, kind of like this stuff. You can see it right here, actually. It's the same company. So there's like 1 inch of space on the side, which is just wasted. So if you have a lot of narrow drawers, like a different set, like 4 sets, then you're wasting like 4 or 5 inches. So if you get one long piece, you can fit it all in there, fit the stuff in there, and then have more room. And then you can get these little nylon dividing things or whatever. I can even just use a little thin cardboard box or whatever inside to divide the space up. So I got 3 large drawers, and then 2 smaller ones. So that, this space up here, space down there, this area, and that little cubby, and the space under the counter, I will have hopefully quite a bit of storage. And then of course I'm going to have some storage under the bed, but most of that is going to be used by music equipment. Except I'm going to have a tub for my clothes, Rubbermaid tub. And then finally I'm going to have, I'm going to build a propane, enclosed propane box over in the corner so that I can vent it out. It's going to be all safe and everything. And then I'm going to have about 13 inches of space left between the bed. I think I'm going to build a long one or something. And I'm going to put tools or something in there because my heater, which is right here, Wave 3 propane heater, supposed to be one of the best ones. It's going to go on that Baltic birch panel there. And they say you need to give it 30 inches of space in front of it. So I got to be careful of what I put in front of it. Like if I put tools, I'm not worried about it melting or anything. I don't think it'll melt, but I'll have to put it in such a way where it's not gonna, everything's gonna be safe and nothing's gonna get wrecked. Anyway, that's what I'm up to. It's been super hot today. It was like 25 or 26 Celsius, and when I opened the van, it was quite hot. So I've got the front partition door open, and I've got both the front windows rolled down, and I've got both my rear doors open, and getting the airflow through it actually helps quite a bit. Of course, privacy is out the window, and I actually had a couple people stop and talk to me and check it out, and they said I was making a camper or something, and I said yeah, and they're actually genuinely interested and friendly, so that was a good experience. But I wouldn't do this only because of the heat. I don't I don't want to give out my locations. I plan to come here once in a while during the day, not at night because it's way too dark. YouTuber Will Burson made a good comment the other night when he's talking about stealth parking at night, and it's good to park under a street lamp or where there's light, because chances are if someone wants to break into your van, of course they don't know you're in there, but if they want to break into your van and it's like well lit, they're less likely to do it, and I really don't want to deal with that whole situation. So do whatever we can to minimize that, which means parking the light. And this is very dark out here, and so I wouldn't want to park here overnight. But it's nice and quiet though. Alright guys, I think I can leave it there, and take care and have yourself a good night.